Hello, welcome back to Virtual Grandparents. This week I'd like to talk about playing childhood games with your grandkids as you visit with them virtually. I have a few ideas. One, giant step or mother may I. You could play it outside and take your device outside, or simply back up in the space that you have as far away from your device as you can. Have your grandkid back up as far away from their device as they can, and then you could take turns giving each other questions. So it might be, you may take 3 elephant stomps. Oh, didn't say mother may I. Have to go back to the beginning. So they've got to learn that rule that you have to say mother may I or grandma may I or however you do it. You may take 4 baby steps. Mother may I? Yes, you may. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the other person gets a turn. Then you get a turn. You may take 2 ballerina twirls. Mother may I? Yes, you may. As you're getting closer and closer, you may take 3 sideways steps. Mother, may I? Yes, you may. 1, 2, 3. I'm here. You win. Or the other person wins. You get the idea. We've also played this at our grandson's house when we've been visiting and keeping our distance. So at their house, they have like a sidewalk and there's the street. So I would stand there, and my grandson would be here, and my husband would be there. They'd follow directions. The first one to get to the street would be the winner, but we kept our distance at all those times, so nobody was closer than they should be. So that's another option if you're able to play in a dooryard. Another game that you could do is you could find a board game like Candyland. I do not have a copy of Candyland at my house, but if my grandson has one at his house, we could play it. He could spread it out on the table, set up a device so that it's looking down at the game that's being played, and I would have him take all my turns. So I could choose what color marker I wanted to have, and he could choose what was his. And he would be the one rolling the dice and taking the turns and go and see who wins or gets to the end first, Chutes and Ladders, any of those kinds of board games that you could play. And again, they're in control of it. You can see the board, they take the turns. One more game that you could play virtually would be tic-tac-toe. And a way to play tic-tac-toe would be to have your board ready. You could write it on a paper. I did it on a whiteboard. Have numbers for each of the squares. It makes it easier. Choose which color you're going to have, which color your grandkid's going to have. And so he might say to me, he's the X's. He's going to be a X's. He might say, put one in space number 5. So I'd put an X for him. And then I'd say, oh, I'm going to put my O in space number 3. And then he'd say, I'm going to put an X for me in space number 2. Then I take a turn and I would say, I'm going to put an O in space number 8 so that I could block him. You keep going until one of you ends up with the tic-tac-toe. And this is an easy one because you could just erase it and start over again. So think of childhood games and how you could adapt them to play them virtually or at a appropriate physical social distance if you're able to visit in the dooryard. Have fun.